Variation in limiting friction. In this module, you will learn about the variation in limiting friction between blocks of different masses and surfaces of different nature. The items required for this experiment are two wooden blocks of different masses, a glass sheet, a wooden board with a pulley attached at one end, wooden tray, thread, weights, and scale pan. Let us begin the experiment. Place the lighter wooden tray on the wooden board. Take a piece of string of suitable length and tie one of its ends to the hook of the tray. Pass the other end of the string over the pulley and suspend the scale pan from that end. Place the smaller block in the tray. The portion of the string between the hook and the pulley should be horizontal. Now put a few weights in the empty pan. You will see that the block does not move. This shows that even though the string pulls the block to the right, the frictional force between the block and the board keeps it from moving. Now add some more weights to the pan until the block starts moving slightly. At this point, take the total weight in the pan. It is 5 grams. This gives a measure of the limiting friction between the block and the board. Now, replace this wooden block with the heavier block. You will notice that the block does not move. Add more weights to the pan until the block starts moving slightly. At this time, the total weight in the pan is 10 grams. That is, the weight required to move the heavier block is more than that required to move the lighter block. This shows that the limiting friction is more in the case of the heavier block. In fact, the weight of the block is equal to the normal reaction. As the weight increases, the normal reaction increases, and so does the limiting friction. Or, the force of limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction between the concerned surfaces. Now, place the glass sheet over the board. Repeat the process with the heavier block and take the total weight in the pan. It is 5 grams. This shows that the weight required to move the heavier wooden block is less this time. It means that the limiting friction is less on the glass top compared to the wooden top. Glass surface is smoother than the wooden surface and it offers less friction. Therefore, limiting friction reduces with smoothness of the surface. In this module, you have learnt limiting friction is the maximum friction that can occur between two surfaces in contact. Limiting friction is directly proportional to the normal reaction between the surfaces. Limiting friction decreases with the smoothness of the surfaces.